Christian Kaufmann. I work for Akamai as a Director of Network Architecture. Akamai is operating the biggest cloud or CDN network, which is a funny comment actually, because we are not really a network. We are more like an overlay network. So we do not have any backbone, any connections between the different clusters and servers we have. They're basically all little islands which we attach in certain cities and in certain data centers to the rest of the internet to serve the particular eyeballs. So that's basically us at home, so that they get a better web performance. Basically what we do is, because we serve so many end users in the world, we basically have a global footprint that the amount of traffic we are surfing, we also see a lot of data, basically what is the bandwidth the particular people have, what is the speed, what kind of technology they are using. So we automatically get a lot of metadata. The Akamai participated in both, actually, the IPv6 World Day and the IPv6 launch 1 year ago. And what we have seen on our platform is all the metadata we basically get when the end users download objects, web pages, is the IPv6 distribution. So we have a pretty good picture how IPv6 is deployed in a particular country, but also which kind of end users are using it and which kind of operating system they are using. So we see the whole thing basically on a global footprint. It is interesting because some countries made quite an effort in the last year. So if you have seen my presentation, for example, you can see that Switzerland is now one of the most countries which are using IPv6 most. Up to 10% of the end users there are actually using it. A year ago, Switzerland was, I don't know, probably not even in the top 25. So if a country now really puts effort, or a provider really puts effort into IPv6, you still can see a massive change of traffic and a massive influence on the deployment of IPv6. One thing we identified and we have seen is that the total amount of end users is really changing. So 2 years ago, we have seen approximately 300,000 IP addresses coming to our platform and asking for IPv6 content. So one of the things we have seen is the incredible amount of increase in end users. So 2 years ago, we had roughly 300,000 people, or 300,000 unique IP addresses coming to our platform. Last year, it was already around 20 million. And this year, it is more like 200 million. So where we had an increase of 67 times from 2 years ago to 1 year ago, we basically had a tenfold this time. So from 300,000 in 2 years to basically 2 till 300 million is quite an aggressive number. As a conclusion, you actually could say that the ISOC events, both the IPv6 launch day but also the IPv6 World Day, really made a difference. So suddenly people actually had a reason to deploy IPv6, and they had a specific date to work to. So instead of waiting and where you have the classical chicken and egg problem, they actually moved forward and did it to a particular time. And when you look at both the deployment rates and the IP addresses, how many end users really used it, or if you look actually at the traffic, both of them increased by a huge number. So I think the ISOC event was actually a big success.